January 20th of 2021 is a day that most women will never forget in America. Today, I had planned to talk about leadership, but first, I feel like I need to express my feelings about this day. All I can say is wow. When Kamala was being sworn in as the first female Black Vice President of the United States of America, I was beyond moved. I'm a crybaby, so not even gonna lie to you. I was crying, bawling half this afternoon, thinking about what does it mean. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Ms. Patricia, and I am a leadership and performance specialist. I empower professional women to stand up and out as leaders. And so you can imagine that thinking about a woman being the second most important person in the United States right now means to me. Think about it. A door has been opened to us that has not been opened before. We have broken a glass ceiling. The only thing left is to break the ceiling of the presidency. And I'm not trying to get all excited too much about that. It's early, but who knows? Who knows? All I could think about is that my future children, my future daughter, she can one day become the president of the United States, whereas before, being a woman, and especially a woman of color, it was not something I ever imagined for my nieces or my future children. So I'm excited and thrilled about these changes in our world right now. I wanted to focus today on how we often take for granted the attributes that makes and keeps a great leader great. I think we've had a lot of example of great and not so great leaders in the last decade, perhaps even in the last 2 decades. And I just feel like it bears digging into to understand why some presidents or why some leaders, and I'm not just even political leaders, but leaders of industries, leaders of churches, leaders of businesses, leaders of families, are better than others. What makes them great? I looked up the definition of leaders in the Webster's dictionary, and it states that a leader is a person who leads, such as a guide or conductor, a person who directs a military force or unit, a person who has commanding influences, and so forth. And then Webster's went on to define leadership as the office or position of a leader. So with everything that has been happening here in the United States and in the world for these last few years, I am really interested in digging into what makes a great leader. So for the rest of this year, I will be exploring this topic with you. For instance, we know a great leader cares for his or her people. They put the needs of the people they are in charge of before their own. But what brings them to the point where they can be called a leader, and someday a great leader? When did they decide to help their fellow human beings and stand up and out as leaders? During this last decade, we have had various examples of what to expect from those who hold leadership roles. We have noticed injustices, and we're often totally lost on where to turn to for help. On the other hand, we have witnessed great care and devotion of the people who leaders serve. As a leadership and performance specialist, I have deep interests in the attributes of what makes a great leader, and the fact that often they share some of the same characteristics. If I had to think about a great leader, I would think of Jesus Christ, Moses, Gandhi, Muhammad, Barack and Michelle Obama, Oprah, Beyonce, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, the late and great notorious RBG, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, John McCain. Thinking of all these people, there are three things that stand out to me about the attributes that they all have. One, they all have or had love for the people they led. And second, a clear vision of where they wanted to go, which gave them direction on how to lead their charges to the destination they had in mind. Lastly, they put the people they served first. When a leader does not have a clear goal in mind, they cannot share their vision with the people they lead, or without clear vision, there is no destination to be had. This causes chaos and needless turmoil. So if there is one thing you should take from this video today, is that if you don't have a clear vision of where you want to end up in your life right now, you will end up nowhere fast. If you have not done so, please do remember to click unsubscribe right now. Let's keep in touch and dig into this topic of what makes a great leader. I would love to hear from you. What do you think creates a great leader? Leave a message below and don't forget to share this video.